Hi, everybody. Very welcome to the session. So I see it's already going to an end. So happy to bring you a very interesting topic. My name is Alexandra, and I'm one of the co-founders of Staex. Staex is a deep tech startup based in Berlin. And today I want to present our new concept, which is called the distributed cloud. So we want to unlock the potential of such a technology to manage machines. Why do we do so? Because we think if we will create a concept of distributed cloud, it will become very simple, sustainable, and secure. You know, very important topics for the future. I actually come from I have a mixture of the academic and enterprise background. I was working in the TU Berlin, where I made my PhD in the security. I also have enjoyed working in the DT department, where I led their blockchain and Web3 team. And so joining this all together, I see a great potential of creating something new for the industry. So I made this picture for you. So I was training myself with an AI yesterday, and I was asking to show me the future city. And this is also what AI shows to me, right? So we're going to have a lot of robots, drones, machines, or vehicles moving around. And you see the predictions on the market. So market is constantly growing. And the number of machines, this is the number actually, 40 billion by the year 2030. And the problem is that, you know, everything that I've done in my research, looking into dark web, looking into how hacker structures are organized and how much money they actually get from one attack, it made me think, you know, that we as, you know, people that create secure solutions are not so incentivized as they are. So we always run behind. So actually this got me thinking and really scared, because we don't have any reliable infrastructure today, because clouds are still can be attacked, they can leak some data. And I cite Elon Musk because he says everything that moves can be used as a weapon, and it's reality today already. Hello. On top, it's interesting, but if the internet would be a country, it would have actually number 6 in the ranking of energy usage and CO2 emissions, which is actually crazy. And the number gets up and up. So it's actually crazy to manage all of our IoT through building more clouds somewhere in Iceland, you know, where it will be cooled down. So I think it's very unsustainable. Just going deeper into some of the problems of the cloud, you know, the hacks are still happening. Also, to build an IoT service with the cloud services, the integrations are very expensive and complex. And the problem also with complex integrations is the more connections you have for your system, the more vulnerable it becomes, because you have more conjunction points for also hackers to attack. And also for clouds, especially for machines, because some machines operate under 2 millisecond delay. Just go through this 2 millisecond. Our clouds today have never been built for this reaction time. So, you know, we need to do something. I brought some, you know, deep dive on how clouds fail today. And we just put together some interesting table, you know, very simple things where the networks get misconfigured, puts down clouds for 6 to 7 hours, and imagine our robots will be dependent on such a service. So basically you can do a traffic jam with robots all around Berlin, right? So you can do a lot of things with them. And it happens to the best of us, right? It's GitHub, it's AWS, it's Azure, it's Facebook. It's not some, you know, little companies that just started their business. Also, the infrastructure is so complex, and the picture is not from us, but this is kind of the learning curve from, you know, some people working with infrastructure software, where they think, you know, this will solve my problem, and then they start to go this road, and it's actually very complex. And again, the more complexity you have in a system, the less people you have that actually understand how it works, the more, you know, freedom for hackers to actually get into some points within the infrastructure. That's why we at Staex, or also my research topic, is a distributed cloud, right? So I was thinking, or part of my research was to understand which functions within the cloud are used to manage machines. And I remember I was applying as an AWS cloud engineer. I think it was 13 years ago, right? And they told me on the phone, oh, look, you need to know at least 5 of our services to get hired. And I went on their UI and I opened the service tab and it was like 97 services 13 years ago. And I was like, there is no way I work for this company. It's just too complex, right? And so I analyzed what is it needed for machines. I think it's the network. We need the network. We need the machine talk. We need identity management. We need to be able to identify a machine. And also the software network on top so that the machines can actually communicate with each other. And it's a simple management. So we need to manage applications. So it's basic container management. And if we put this little piece of software on every machine, this is how we get the distributed cloud, right? Because they interconnect into a bigger ecosystem, and you then less cloud dependent, and you can run the essential parts of your infrastructure directly on your fleet. And of course, the services like big data, big analytics on the data, it can't be put on the cloud already today. But the features that I showed it here, they are very feasible to transfer it inside the device. This is also what we do inside my company. So what are the advantages? As I said before, it gets more sustainable. So we actually start using load less data, and we have less packet overhead, because through the distributed infrastructure, we can easier create more secure systems than we have to do this overhead within the cloud environment. We have very optimized software and very low resource usage. So it also can be used by battery-driven devices, by drones, etc. And also, which is funny, we have optimized scalability because now instead of building more and more clouds, we can just, by adding devices, scale the system on our own devices. So we don't need any more services in the cloud itself. The infrastructure becomes reliable because in distributed networks, you have more mathematical probability that the packets will reach the goal, and thus you have more reliability inside the system. And also it gets more secure because you now don't have any central repository for the machine data. Like for instance, imagine the charging infrastructure of Berlin. We don't have any more everything in one server that can be switched off, and then we have to just wait all together in a city. And this also can't happen with such a concept. So why I'm very passionate about this and why I believe the future, because also not only it provides a better, secure, sustainable infrastructure, but also if we think about all this market that has been developed in the same time with Web3 technologies, with different blockchains that can be used for payments, the distributed cloud can be easily integrated into this ecosystem, and we can start leveraging cheap, sustainable, and very secure payments already today without going through bigger cloud providers, Visa, MasterCard, that actually are taking a huge portion of this infrastructure today. That's it. That's actually my contact. So please reach out if you want to do some collaboration. We actually do some nice projects here in Berlin. We're going to launch the first Web3 operated drone corridor in the south of Berlin in October. We also put together a great project where we rebuilt from DeLorean. This is a car from Back to the Future. We retrofit this car into eLorean. So we look for partners that have engines, battery management system, batteries, brakes, everything to build a car. And we will let this car run from Berlin to Barcelona throughout Europe, charge it, and this car will charge seamlessly throughout different countries and pay for electricity or energy, in that case, over blockchain protocols. So we want to send out the message, One Europe, push the EV transition, and this is what we're doing within our scope. Thank you so much.